G'day, Paul Pratt here from Pursuit Advisors, just with a quick update on all things coronavirus related and some happenings here at Pursuit as part of our April CE report. I'm going to ensure that this video I don't talk about anything in relation to the government stimulus measures announced over the last 3 weeks in any great detail. You would see that during this time since the first announcement back on the 12th of March through to now, we've been releasing videos and newsletters and social media posts in relation to this. We will continue to be doing that over the coming days and weeks, with some focus now on the most recently passed bill, which is the JobKeeper payments and how that may be available for your business and the steps in getting set up for that. As I said, though, I will not go into any detail in relation to that today. What I would like to focus on, though, is the amount of money that our governments have announced over these past 3 and a bit weeks, which total just under $500 billion. So that's $500 billion over the last month has been committed to our economy for the next 6 months, purely aimed at businesses to keep businesses going and to help them keep people employed so the money flows in the hands of Australians to keep our economy going. I think in a very short period of time, our government is doing a fantastic job and not being political here, just acknowledging the leadership that is being taken place and united leaders between both state and federal to come up with some policies very quickly and introduce those to us when they're clearly facing two distinct crises. So one, the most important one, is the health of those in our nation. So trying to minimise the number of people that contract coronavirus and unfortunately pass away, versus trying to keep our economy afloat, which we've seen because of the concerns with that, a huge level of funding being committed to that. So there's two crises here, a financial crisis and a health crisis that our governments are working together to deal with. Very fortunate, I think, that we live in Australia when you think about what's happening over in the US and other countries in Europe compared to where we're at in relation to flattening the curve. Our numbers are as bad as they are, they're still very positive when you compare those to the rest of the developed world as such. So, as I said, hats off to those in control of our country making these decisions. Clearly working pretty much every hour of every day to come through with that, and I hope that they get an opportunity to have a rest over the Easter break and recharge for the war isn't over. There is still a battle to be dealt with over the coming weeks and months to get through this. Also, hats off to you guys in Australia. We're clearly doing our part in the majority to help flatten the curve. So let's keep ensuring we do that. Now, our focus in our recent videos and communication with our clients has all been around the government stimulus and how they can legitimately access that without exploiting the rules there, and certainly do not want to be part of that and encourage others not to be part of trying to exploit that rules to access the funding. There is enough money there to get into the hands of majority of businesses and the right people to get the majority of us through these next few weeks, months, etc., when we come out the other side of coronavirus. We, though, want to shift our focus over the coming weeks and months to help business owners think past the funding. So I'm already seeing some really good stories out there with businesses thinking laterally, so moving to online where they can, free delivery, virtual walkthroughs for real estate agents, those businesses that couldn't do face-to-face meetings and one-to-many training and that, reverting to doing it online and doing it very quickly. And this is what business owners need to focus on. They need to be a bit out of the box thinking. They need to plan not just for the next day, week and month. They need to plan for what their future looks like and build a stronger business during this time. And we, just like you guys, we're business owners and we have employees, and we've been thinking about what our business looks like and already made some changes to that, such as you'd be aware that we're now fully working from home as such and using Zoom to host all our meetings. A couple of teething problems to begin with, and still self-isolation issues to battle with the team. But overall, the feedback we're getting from our team and our clients is that it's working quite well, and some of our meetings are even being more powerful done in the digital age. So our focus and our commitment to you guys over not just the coming weeks and months but ongoing is to come up with a bit of a program and communication plan about how we can share the stories of what others are out there doing to stay ahead of the game or ahead of the curve as such in their business, as well as some tips and tricks as well around planning, working on your business, not just in your business. Some left field marketing and such. So we've been working on that, going to webinars and other training, etc., to skill ourselves and our teams up in respect to that. So stay tuned for that over the coming weeks. And it's clearly a focus not on just the next 6 months, it's on the long-term future of Australian businesses and how we can come out the other side stronger than we went into it. While I'm chatting about that, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you, our clients, for your support and understanding during these unprecedented times, and also for the referrals of other family members and friends to our business. We certainly appreciate that. And we love that you understand that we are doing what we can at our end, and the amount of thank yous that we've received back for what we've been doing that hasn't fell on deaf ears. So we really appreciate that feedback. And as a business, we know that we can make a difference. So we are fortunate that we can continue to work and help you guys through that. And we thank you for allowing us to do that and the support that you are continuing to give our business. And our commitment to you is, after taking a break over Easter, we will be back as well, ready to continue to do this as a team to help Australian businesses get through this. As I said, we're working from home at Pursuit, so it's business pretty much as usual for us. The phones are still available, still being answered. The girls have pulled them out of the office and put them up at home. The good eggs they are, they just got on with the job. Nothing's been too difficult for them. So our office phones are now in the homes of our girls in our awesome admin team to help deal with those calls. Emails as normal, and as you're aware, majority of our meetings being conducted over Zoom. We did pull our office apart and move desks and bits and pieces at home as well over the last couple of weeks. And yes, we can work at home without interruption. We do have a few mums and dads that work from home with kids, so school-age kids. So we do need to work through that challenge now that school is reverting to online learning for the next term. But we've got some ideas about how we can do that as well. While chatting about the team, I'd like to take this chance to thank them again for what they've done over the last three and a bit weeks. I put a pretty big challenge to the team that we needed to contact every single client before we went to the Easter break and understand what your biggest fears and issues were, and work through a plan with you guys. And the team, I acknowledge we've got an awesome team. I didn't know, though, how awesome they were until we actually got stuck into this project and were able to pull it off. So the number of phone calls and meetings that we've held in the last 3 and a bit weeks, it goes into the hundreds. The videos that we've been doing to see the other advisors in our business get behind the screen and do that is pretty cool to see. So thank you, guys in our team, for everything that you've done for each other and our clients and our business and our community. It hasn't gone unnoticed, and we certainly appreciate that, to the point where we've even got passes getting lodged on the 1st and 2nd of April, because we understand the importance of getting those done. So I'm pretty sure that as part of what we do in our business, we make good egg nominations to our team. There's a fair few that are going to get recognised for the work they've done. Also want to acknowledge the families behind those workers and the support that they're giving, and I suppose the patience that they've had with our team by allowing them to pick up our office and move it into their homes and be able to continue our business. As I said earlier, we're one of the fortunate people that can continue to work, but there is some sacrifices that those families have been making to allow our team to do that. So thank you. I don't see anything being quieter here at Pursuit for the next few months either. So we'll continue to do everything in relation to COVID-19 and planning and bits and pieces around how we can help you build a stronger business during this period and access the funding, do cash flows, business planning, all those sorts of things that we need to do to think outside the box and think laterally. As I touched on, BASs are already being lodged. We still need to deal with fringe benefits, tax returns, and tax planning as well over the next 3 months, as well as we want to catch up with each of you to find out what it looks like beyond coronavirus for you and your business instead of planning up for the next 12 months. Our intention was to do that during the months of April, May and June anyway. We've now need to pivot ourselves, and we're going to do that a little bit differently with some initial phone calls in May to you guys around what the next 12 months looks like, but also respect that we may not know just then. So then we'll make ourselves available again post that. So thinking July through to September to have a complimentary one-on-one meeting with you guys to talk about where you currently sit and what the future looks like for yourself personally and your business. So stay tuned for more communication on that space. I shouldn't have missed that before, but I also like to acknowledge my family for the support and patience they've showed me over the last few weeks. Just like the team, I've been doing some pretty crazy hours at the minute, and we love what we do here, so we're okay with that. But there's been some sacrifices that we've need to make at home. So I appreciate that Shez, Sapphire, Charlie and Harlow probably haven't seen me as much as they would have liked. I'm committing to them as I've committed to the team and said to the team that we are going to down tools for the Easter. So we're going to take the 4 days off over Easter, and I'd love for everyone to do the same if they can, if they're in that position, and spend the time with those closest to them. And even have a think about some things that you've said you're going to be able to do around the home that you haven't. So you might have some pictures you need to hang, or you might want to paint a room. I know Shez and the kids did that last week, and they did an awesome job there. I'm pretty sure too I'm going to get outside in the nicer weather and get on the trampoline and do a flip or two with the kids if the old legs are up to it as well. So I'm just really looking forward to the break, and yes, thank you to my family for the support and the understanding over the last few weeks to allow us to be able to do what we do in our business, because we're fortunate enough to do that, and we have great clients that we love helping. So we will continue to do that, but we do need a rest from time to time. So make sure you tick something off that bucket list over the weekend if you can. Make sure you keep supporting local businesses, following all the government and health regulations around self-distancing, and keep doing your bit to flatten the curve. As I touched on earlier, we are doing a fantastic job in Australia, but let's not get complacent. Let's beat this together as one. And I ask you, what would you like to be remembered for during this pandemic? So could be something as simple as just helping out your next door neighbour that can't get down to the stores, touching base with a friend that you haven't for a while to check in on them if they're okay. Or we're seeing some pretty big things happen amongst our community as well, with people doing some really cool things to unite as one and help Australia get through this. So wishing you all guys a wonderful Easter with your family and friends. Understand that may be difficult to do in person, and respect that should be followed. So it may need to be on a Zoom or FaceTime or bits and pieces. As I said though, remember to check in on your friends, make sure you're okay yourself and those close to you. Take care guys, stay safe, and we can win this together. Thank you.